Me regularly. Uses the same 3 things at home. Me packing for vacation. I wonder if I'll need 4 French horns or 5. Look, I overpacked to high hell, but I can't think of an instance where I would need French horns. Unless there were balconies where I was going and there were people under the balconies that I wished to annoy. Me. Good night, honey. Wife. Good night. Evil bullfrog that lives under our bed. Angry ribbit ribbit. Both of us in unison. Good night, evil bullfrog. Happy ribbit ribbit. Remember that phase of grade school where it was pretty common for kids to just randomly throw up in the middle of class? Why was that a thing? You know, if you ate the school lunches, I think now would be the appropriate time to file a lawsuit before the statute of limitations expires. Me tries to resize an image. Microsoft Word. Okay. Deletes all vowels. Pastes the Aldi employee handbook. Starts 3D printing a haunted amulet. What version of Microsoft Word are y'all using? I have never had this problem. Unless some of you are foolish enough to try to move an image without fixing the text wrapping settings. Yeah, that'll do it. Imagine if, instead of K-pop, it was R-pop, and it's from Russia, and you had girls all over Twitter being like, stream that, and posting pictures like this, and being like, oh my god, the bitch looks so cute. Yeah, it doesn't work. I'm sorry. Office jobs are so funny because you'll be 24 and your greatest enemy in the world is a 55-year-old woman named Bushra from finance. Why does this meme look slightly crooked even though it's not? I got out a straight edge on my, I checked. It is straight, but it looks crooked. You live in Buffalo. You work a blue-collar job. You save up all year to see your team in the playoffs. You brave the freezing temperatures and get this crap. It's a cold and lonely walk back to your 2005 Ford Taurus. Time to go home and heat up a microwave dinner with a Coors. You've got work tomorrow. This is an entire life. This reminds me of the Twitter short stories where you had to do an entire story at 140 characters, and I kind of love it. There are 2 kinds of people. The ones that pack 6 days before a trip, and the ones that wake up day of and realize they need to do a load of laundry. And they marry each other. Oh, God. Oh, that's true. My wife packs the day before. 2 days before, if you know it's a big trip. I pack the night of, stay up all night, and fall asleep when we get there. Yeah. Meeting her family for the first time, and her grandmother goes deathly pale and shouts the name of a monster from her country's folklore when she sees you. If I'm ever a grandparent, I'm doing this. I need the name of a Hungarian folklore monster. This is definitely the most bizarre question I have ever seen on a job application. You've been given an elephant. You can't give it away or sell it. What would you do with the elephant? Your answer. This is a required question. On one hand, what the actual hell? On the other, it shows a decent amount of what the person's character would be. Picture this. You're 31. You just married your soulmate and are on your way to your beautiful honeymoon. The plane lands in Bora Bora. As it touches the ground, your wife begins clapping. She's an airplane clapper. You get on a plane right back to America and you never speak again. Hey, you gotta know what you want in a relationship, and sometimes what you don't want is an airplane clapper. Imagine a spider crawled in your suit case. I'm not sure, but do I have a case of suits? Do I have a suit made of cases? While you were packing and you went on holiday and then it crawled out into this weird country it's never seen before. Do you reckon it would miss its family or just get along with the locals and start a new life as a bartender on the beach? I don't like spiders, but the idea of a tiny spider behind a tiny tiki bar on a beach makes me happy. I'd like a Purge movie where they deal with the awkwardness of the next day. You turn up at work and everyone is asking where Bob from sales is. Then you admit you killed him during the Purge. And everybody looks at you like, Bob was such a nice guy. Like, what did you have against Bob? And like, nobody knows Bob has been harassing you for like 4 years straight. I'm not like the other girls. She winks. Neither am I giggle. Both of us remove our trench coats, revealing 4 raccoons stacked under each. No, not again, the waiter cries, grabbing up room. All 8 of us snatch as many breadsticks as our tiny arms will hold, bungling out the back door on our hind legs, chittering into the night. This is glorious. When you're in a normal convo and they bring up a weird niche interest you've obsessed with, and you have to pretend that you only like it a normal amount and not a psychotic amount. No. If they don't hyper obsess with something the same way I hyper obsess with something, we're not having a normal convo. Like, this is not one of my friends. I may not be the one you marry, but I'll be the one you'll be thinking about 20 years from now, while you are listening to oldies and holding a drink that tastes like regret, as you look over at the ugly lump of frack you are stuck with. That is confident and oddly aggressive. I almost like it. Matcha is literally the cutest shade of green ever. Such a shame it tastes like that. Agreed. Oh my god, that crap tastes like... I can't say that. I'm not saying that. One day I'm gonna write a book about a recipe blogger that confesses to murder in every single recipe on their website, but they never get caught because no one reads the 12 pages of text before the recipe. That is glorious. Does anyone else feel like they are a lazy perfectionist with ADHD and chronic fatigue who is pretty chill besides the occasional panic attack and loves their friends but hates people? About half of that, yes. Fanfic authors are insane. They'll write about your whole world crumbling in pain, despair, lost love, and darkness, and then you see notes. Hey, Lamau, I had pancakes this morning while writing this, and my cat walked into flour. It was funny. Hit me up on Twitter. Peace. Publisher. So you've given us a book about a big friendly giant, one about an enormous crocodile, and another where a granny takes a magic medicine and grows as big as a house. What's new? Roald Dahl, I can't pronounce that name. So there's this peach. Publisher, is it Roald Dahl? It's fracking huge! Pill that makes you experience when your blankets are so warm, but you have to grab something that's just out of reach and ruin your comfort, and you know you won't be able to get it back. I swear I just read this. I hate it. A president makes a new law that anyone shorter than him gets executed, but he accidentally makes it an amendment to the Constitution, so it applies to future presidents too. So in the next election, there's a frenzy of people voting for the shortest president so they don't die. And this is how they end up electing a 3-foot-tall man named Pinwheel Patrick, who goes on to become the most tyrannical dictator the world has ever seen. When you came up with this, were you under the influence of any non-food or drink things? Although I do have to say, I absolutely love this subreddit's creativity. Like, it's just entire novels in single paragraphs, and it's so refreshing and wonderful. Awesome how it takes weeks to get used to waking up early, and then you can just piss it all away in one night by watching YouTube gnome sightings in South America until 3 a.m. Yeah, I work night shift. The world does not care about night shift. My entire sleep schedule can be ruined because, I don't know, a delivery company that was supposed to come at 8 a.m. came at like 7 p.m. Or a doctor appointment gets moved to late afternoon, early evening. It's lovely. Absolutely no drinks on the pool table ever. Never ever. Not even once. Never ever ever. No food or drink. This doesn't seem oddly specific. This is at a bar, I'm sure, with a pool table, and people were putting drinks on the pool. Don't put the drinks on the freaking pool table. Who the hell does that? Your friend puts laxatives in your drink while you aren't looking, and as a result, you end up pooping yourself in public. How do you get revenge? This is oddly specific, but this is also kind of par the course for Ask Reddit, so half a point. The evangelical girls in my class who weren't allowed to read Harry Potter because it had witchcraft now think they can cure measles with essential oils. Who is in potions class now, Gracelyn? I went to one of those schools. I still read Harry Potter, but I went to one of those schools. And I guarantee you a decent number of my classmates are trying to hoard essential oils and crystals. About me, I really prefer a girl that would cheat on you within the first 3 months of the relationship. Not these spawns of Satan that waste 5 years of your time, and after you introduce them to everyone you know and family and your ancestors, then go and cheat on you. Okay, hang on. Do you need therapy? I don't think you should be looking for another date yet. All right. Then, when you break up, you gotta go sacrifice a goat at the grave of your great-grandfathers to apologize for introducing them to a gardening tool. Wow. 1, I'm very sorry. 2, I don't think you should put that in your Tinder bio. I think you should maybe deactivate or turn off your profiles. I have never been on Tinder. But maybe just take a break from it for a little bit. Helpful grammar tip. Farther is for physical distance. Further is for metaphorical distance. And father is for emotional distance. Who hurt you? My father! Did you not read the posts? When you expose the gender trap and tell them every celebrity is born the opposite gender and transitioned as sacrifice to gain fame, money, and power, and then created the LGBT community to continue blood, physical, surgical sacrifices. But y'all ain't ready for this convo yet. It's true. I am the gender. Okay, can we agree that the worst feeling is when you're just sitting around, consciously procrastinating, and you're just overly aware that each second that passes is more time wasted, and you like watch hours pass and you're still procrastinating and you can't stop, and your panicked brain is trapped inside a body that refuses to be productive, and inside you're screaming, but outwardly you're just eating chips. 2 tips for overcoming this. 1, go outside. Like, just stick your head. You don't have to go for a walk or anything. Just stick your head outside. 2, do something genuinely fun. Like, stop trying to do the thing that you need to do. If every part of you needs to run towards a thing and like do this thing, but you really don't want to, go do something else as much as possible. Just like violently do another thing and come back here. Don't let yourself come back for like an hour. This is coming from someone who has ADHD and has had to do a lot of coping mechanisms before I finally got medication because my parents thought ADHD was a fad. Yeah, that was fun. My family's mantras. We are kind. We are loud. We all agree for the greater good that if one of us is drowning in water deeper than Dad can stand in, we must drown because Dad can't swim, and there's no point in the rest of them not having a dad anymore. 4, Mom is right. I hate to admit this, but our feelings on certain things really do change as we get older. 10 years ago, I would have preferred to get a new video game instead of an engagement ring. But now that I'm older, I would prefer to get a domesticated raccoon instead of an engagement ring. I like it. Never grow up. You're gonna crap your pants and kill your roommate when you see what these child stars look like now. Are the pictures haunted? Reductress, have you hexed the pictures? Wife, why are you putting garlic in your pants? Me, so Dracula won't try to eat my butt. Wife, why would Dracula try to eat your butt? Me, he wants the garlic. Are you even listening? I don't understand the dynamics of this relationship, but somehow I wholeheartedly approve. How do I tell my boyfriend that I want him to scream at me in bed like he's Gordon Ramsay and I am a little chef who just ruined a creme brulee? I guess start by watching an episode of the show and say that's kind of hot and see if he's interested. Good luck. Have fun, I guess. Killing 31,646 people would save the same amount of oxygen as planting 20 million trees. I worry about you sometimes, Candace. Me, says the wrong name during Snegs. My girlfriend, who in the frack is Imperator Caesar Nerva Tyrannus Divi Nerva Filius Augustus. I butchered all of that. I really don't care, but you get the point. I'm going to sell ketchup that flows more than 14 centimeters in 30 seconds at 20 degrees Celsius when tested in a Bostic consistometer. Code of Federal Regulations Title 21, subsection 155.194, Bravo 1. What did I just read? When you, a 6'10" dark soul who's destroyed countless opponents and risen from the dead multiple times via evil powers, but you grandma's boy and she loves you. Oh, I love this image so much. I don't care if Will Smith, stripped down to his drawers, crawled on the floor, sniffing people's shoes while howling like a coyote. I would not watch the Oscars or support any other Hollyweird ceremony where the wealthy, disconnected, immoral elite gather to award themselves. Okay, then it's not for you. That was a very specific image. I have concerns about your very specific images, but I'm sure the Oscars will dearly miss the one view you provided. Booty shorts with 2 QR codes on the butt that lead to a PDF of the Communist Manifesto and a page where you can stream Scooby-Doo. Yeah, that is suspiciously specific. Why are math teachers never sick and English teachers are always pregnant? No, wait, they have a point. Picture this, we go on a date for a few drinks. We're both tipsy and it's 1:30 a.m. So we decide to get authentic Mexican food. Once we finish the $13.76 worth of Taco Bell. About to say, where are you getting authentic Mexican at 1:30 in the morning? Unless it's like a truck. We head back to my car. It's on fire. You turn and signal me to call 911, but I'm standing behind you with marshmallows and sticks. You blush and we cuddle together while my blazing car keeps us warm. We joke, we laugh. You lean in for a kiss. I chloroform you and rob you. It wasn't even my car on fire. Lexi.exe has stopped working. Please close the program and try again. Dang, I want to wear this with a secret earpiece in my earrings, with a voice instructing me to assassinate someone important while I sip champagne in a dinner party and beat every man out there in a debate. We just need Agent 47, but trans. We need a trans Agent 47. I'm all for this. Agent 74. Bam, done. Snags is cool, but have you ever made a joke at a dinner party that bombed and you felt bad, but then the host of the party pulled you aside later and said, it wasn't your fault the joke bombed, it's just that Kate's brother died in a skiing accident, so skiing jokes are off bounds. That doesn't sound like the same level as the initial thing you proposed. So, I'm not really sure how the two are related. I'm very sorry the joke bombed. You ever smell the air and it smells like the 4th grade Scholastic Book Fair? Yes, on a chilly Tuesday in October in 2007. Yes, there's a specific smell for that. Oh my God. If you know, you know. I can't explain it. I'm sorry. Dogs are welcome in this hotel. We never had a dog that smoked in bed and set fire to the blankets. We never had a dog that stole our towels and played the TV too loud or had a noisy fight with his traveling companion. We never had a dog that got drunk and broke up the furniture. So if your dog can vouch for you, you're welcome too. I absolutely love that policy. Does anyone else look in the fridge for a snack and only to find that you have no snack-worthy snacks? So then you lower your snack expectations and eat a single slice of cheese and a random grape? All of the time. Today's VO recording snacks are 0 sugar cherry 7-Up, dry honey bunches of oats, pretzel sticks, and the random chewy granola bar. I always start recording with like a giant pile of snacks. They're about half gone by now. Check your kids' Halloween candy carefully. Someone tried to hide the SS Edmund Fitzgerald, pride of the Great Lakes Fleet. So stupid. It's so funny. Oh my God, it was so dumb. Oh, I love it. You just won $23 million, and your uncle swallowed a spoon and needs $22.9 million of surgery. As a child of God, what will you do? I'm gonna swallow the $23 million, so I need $23 million worth of surgery. What now? If you ask a coworker, how are you? And they say, well, I'm here. That loosely translates to, I need you to push me off the roof. We can make it look like an accident. If I die, I'm finally free. If I live, we'll sue this place and split the money. Please, for the love of God, help me. Remember, when you first started driving and everything was scary, now you're going 80. Putting salsa on your taco. Driving with your knees. No, don't do this. Guys really live in apartments like this and don't see any issue. Sorry, we understand this economy and don't waste our money on dumb crap like the wooden arrows that say, live, laugh, love. All right. There's a middle ground, okay? There's intentional minimalism. There's, I can't afford furniture, which is fine. I had that phase too. I had a mattress on the floor for a month. But there's also, an end table, a lamp, a place to hang your coat. The basics. IKEA. Just a little bit of IKEA. How do you feel about being in a relationship with someone who's still active on Tinder, but says it's just to find friends? Okay, I don't. Is there a just friends option on Tinder? I've genuinely not been on Tinder. If there's an option that on Tinder where you can say just friends, maybe. I think there's a friends only version of, I haven't touched any of these apps. But if there's not, that is suspect as hell. Please leave immediately. Do you ever wonder how many stories have been told about you? I don't mean rumors or gossip. A story like, one time I was at the mall and this girl dropped her hot dog, but she picked it up and ate it. What if I'm that girl? How many times have people seen me do something I thought no one saw and is now being used as an icebreaker at a family dinner? One time I was in this historical park in New York, and I was climbing a tree in order to get a good photo, and I fell out just as a family was walking past. 2 years later, I ran into the mom at a Stop and Shop, and she gasped and said, "Oh my God, tree girl?" And I've never been the same since. Yeah, I wouldn't have either. I wouldn't have been able to recover that. I'd just been like, well, lovely to meet you. Goodbye. I'm just gonna die now. What do you trust more than the Bible? The ads on Pornhub telling me girls within 3 miles of my location want to hook up. You know. Oh, never mind. Massive L to our ancestors for not domesticating the bear for the ultimate friend. I sympathize with the post on the one hand, but also, man, we should have domesticated bears. Has the same energy as a divorced dad being like, I should have married that girl from high school. When the girl in question was never ever interested and also turned out to be a lesbian front woman for an obscure but respected ska revival brand. Posts like these are why I can't leave Tumblr and have ultimately stopped trying. I love Tumblr. I love Tumblr so much.